Hi everyone! In today's video, let's start talking about affirmative sentences in the present. We talked about questions, we talked about negative sentences. Now, let's talk about affirmative sentences in the present. Okay, describing frequency. I can use here the adverbs, these adverbs, or numbers. Always, the opposite of never. Never, 0%, never go. I always go, the opposite, never and always. Usually is with some high frequency. Often, sometimes, not very often. So sometimes, rarely. It's not a never, but it's not common. Is with a low frequency. So here zero frequency, but here low frequency. Here high frequency. Okay, here this word here, just 2 syllables. There are just 2 syllables, not 3 syllables, not rarely. No, say rarely. Rarely. Always, usually, usually. Often, sometimes, rarely, never. If you don't specify the number of times a week or times a month or once a year, for example, once means one time, once, you use some adverbs of frequency. If you specify, no adverbs. If you use adverbs, don't specify the number. Not possible to say, for example, I always go to the gym 2 times. I always go to the gym. I always go. I go 2 times. I go 2 times a week. Or I always go. I always go to the gym. I usually go to the gym. I often go to the gym. I sometimes go to the gym. I rarely go to the gym. I never go to the gym. I go to the gym 2 times a week. 2 times a week or 2 times. Twice. I go to the gym twice a week. Or 3 times a week. 3 times a month, or once a year, or 1 time a year, 1 time. Okay, so the adverbs of frequency. Don't consider this part, consider here only. Consider here the adverbs. If I have a verb be in my sentence, the verb be will be used before the adverb. So, be plus the adverb. Be plus the adverb. Be, am, is, are. So, I am always, you are usually, he is often, she is sometimes, we are rarely, and they are never. But when you use other verbs, like sleep, eat, drink, drive, the other verbs come after the adverbs. So the adverbs first and then the other verbs after. Okay, so not here, be before, other verbs after. Let's see some examples. I'm always happy. I'm always happy. Here, always, the adverb of frequency. Am, the verb be. So, be always. Be always. I'm always. So the verb be, before. Second example. I always eat in the mornings. I always eat in the mornings. Always, always. First example I used always. Second example I used always. But the first example, I have the verb be here. I'm. And the second example I have eat. So eat, Consider other verbs. Always eat. I always eat in the mornings. I'm usually with my wife. I'm usually with my wife. Am, verb be. Be before usually. I'm usually. Not I usually am. I'm usually with my wife. Fourth example. She usually stays home. Stay is another verb. It's not the verb be. So, usually, stay. She usually stays home. The verb is after the adverb of frequency. Next example. My brother is rarely nervous. My brother is rarely nervous. So, is, verb be, is rarely, not rarely is. My brother is rarely nervous. Next example. My parents never travel. My parents never travel. Travel after. I'm often at home. I'm often at home. Am often. So be before. I'm often. Not I often am. I'm often at home. Work. Other verbs. So often, before. Often and after other verbs. I often work long hours. I often work long hours, not I work often long hours. I often work long hours. Hope this is very clear, and don't forget to watch the next video to understand every single thing about the affirmative sentences in the present. So next video, we will talk about why here I used S. Here I eat, no S. Here, travel, no S. Why I used S here? Watch the next video. Thank you very much.